2, 3, 4. All right. I did an audio check. I think we're on. Sounds like I think we are. Whatever. I am kind of sitting back in my big desk chair. I do not feel well at all. I spent some time out in the trailer and I got to get that thing cleaned up somehow or another. So I can feel it in my skin. I tried not to breathe it too much, but man, I could see everything in there just cut and covered with fine dust. I need to get it somehow a good vacuum cleaner and with HEPA filters. Put on my one of my Tyvek suits and the full face respirator and get in there and tear the living crap out of it and clean it up. Anyway, and for whatever other reasons, lack of sleep and things, I don't feel well, so I'm not reading tonight. Sorry about all that. I'm going to go over just a couple of things and then a third thing, because I'm not feeling more like just doing a little bit of, call it spiritual stuff, or just talking about something that I want to talk about. So I'm not reading from the book. This here is a Section 51 YouTube channel. That's supposedly a gigantic UFO flying over Jerusalem. Yippee-ki-yay. There's a close-up of it. You know, like I said, you watch that whale coming up out of a gymnasium floor, and I have a video. I uploaded that. I haven't gotten a strike against it, so that's cool. It's very short, a minute something. But it's proof that you can never, ever believe what you see with your eyes again. I mean, people sitting in the gymnasium, that you could see the water coming at you. You could hear the effects, the splashing. So that's what the power of holography is. So this could be, I mean, this isn't a UFO. It's a hologram, I'm sure. But the size of it, you can see a helicopter on the far side of it. You have no idea how far that is, but it looks like the helicopter's half mile, maybe a mile away. Betty small. This is just from Mr. BB333. Title of it is "It's Going to Go, Drastic Change at Summit." That yellow line there and the thing down below, you can't quite see it, but it shows a 1,500 yard long marker. And then the next slide is 400 yards wide. That's probably going to, or did already, break and fall into the crater, which will put pressure on it and cause more drastic issues, problems. It would be nice to have streaming, which, speaking of streaming conference call, we do conference calls a lot. A lot of people use them. Freeconferencecall.com. I have one for lunar Sabbath, not lunar, sorry, flat Earth. But after about a year or so, after about 25 calls, I ran out of the 1 gigabyte of free conference call, free data, and so 1 gigabyte in about 9 months. Well, they wanted me to buy 5 gigabytes a month for like $15. I'm like, I used 1 gigabyte in a year, so kind of irritating. But anyway, I'll probably do that some other time. I could have had that ready, but I don't. So I can kind of talk while I'm doing this, which we could be doing on a streaming live thing. So what the hey? Flat Earth conference call. But for anybody that's interested in flat Earth, if you want to write down, and I'll put it in the link down there, but the 925952 is the code for listening to old conference calls. And they're still up there, so that's great. Apparently they're going to leave them up, which I think is awesome. I have a whole long list of the subjects, if I can find the whole thing at once. Each one I went through and I did a really good job of which most people don't do. They just do them and record them and don't say this on the when we're on recording. And like, nobody's ever going to listen to this. You don't have the numbers. You don't tell people which ones they are. The only one you can listen to is the last one if you don't have the numbers. So without the number of the call, you can't listen to it. You can hit 0 and listen to the last call. And that's all anybody ever does. Anyway, the conference number is 712-770-4019. That's for old calls, and no sense in giving you it's 4010 for the new calls, but I can't use it anymore as far as I know, unless I ante up $15 a month, which is insane. Anyway, the password is 925952. Love the password. Easy to remember. I'll be able to remember that till the millennium or the day I die or whatever. So 712-770-4019. Okay, so today a sister and I, Jubilee and I, tried to get this one running. I installed it, she had it up, we connected. I could see myself talking, she could see me talking. I couldn't see her. All I could see was her was like it was frozen. Maybe there wasn't enough data, some bandwidth. I think is probably the issue, because I could see her like frozen and then really fast, like it was scrambling. So this is one, freeconferencecall.com. You can see that it says freeconferencecall.com, and I'm used to that one. That's the one I believe we use. But then there's also this one, freeconference.com. So I don't know. We're going to try again sometime. We're going to try Skype because she has a consultation service, ministry, whatever. I think it's Intentional Miracles. I'm not going to look it up. Cover it later. But visualizing, envisioning things, being creative, and that's something that we need to really focus on, an image, because we are to, like I said, be creative, to image our Father, do His work, and that is to be creative, constructive, not destructive. So how much of your life is wrapped up in negativity? Man, I would have roasted him. I would have killed him. I would have flayed him alive. I would have, man, I wish they would. And so much of our energy is focused on the bad guys. That's one thing that's so irritating to me about getting together, like even at a feast day. And if there's 3 men, they start talking about every evil thing they can possibly think of to talk about. And I have very, 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 very short, low level of patience with that. I'll tell them, let's start talking about what God's doing. Don't worry about what Satan's doing. And if you don't want to do that, I'm leaving. So I just, if you want to talk about something, the bad stuff, then give me at least 2 solutions as to what you can do about it and what you are doing about it. As in, pray. Are you praying about chemtrails? Are you praying about the New World Order? Are you praying about the currency? Are you praying about the government? Are you praying about Obama? Are you praying about Clinton? This has been going on for years and years, obviously. So if you're not praying about it, shut up. If you can't do that much, then just keep your mouth shut. So we need to grow up, mature, realize that, focusing on negative stuff is not helpful. Comments on YouTube's, trolls, do a flat earth video and view the trolls coming out of the woodworks, coming out from under the bridge. So don't feed them. Let them starve to death. They feed on negative energy. And what's the point? Some of them aren't even real. Google has, I'm sure, whatever they call them, bots. Why every time you do something, you have to do a CAPTCHA. You have to say, I am not a robot. I am not a, prove that you can write the 5 letters that are totally so screwed up you can't even read them as a human being. You have to make guesses 15 times, 20, 30 times before you get it right. Been there, done that. So that's to prove you're not a robot, a bot. So artificial intelligence. So you do a video and somebody writes in. The first thing I do is I go to their channel, and if they have no videos, they have no playlist, they have not subscribed to anybody, their channel has no content, I have no guarantee that they're a real person, none, and I don't treat them like a real person. They don't deserve it. I have written to them just for, I don't know, for other people's education. You know, if you are not a bot, if you're not a CIA or NSA asset, then if you are and legitimately, really, actually a human being, you're a coward, because you're hiding behind the faceless anonymity with no name and no face of a empty sock puppet troll account. So anyway, but I want to get this going because for two reasons, well, three, but you know, I mean, just for any kind of conference, make it to the point where we need to pay for it. But I should be able to, somebody somehow should be able to come up with a free conferencecall.com number for a year, and we should be able to do a lot of stuff with it. But Saturday Sabbath, a lot. Most of my listeners are Saturday Sabbath, and that's fine. I don't even. What do you do? Seventh day? Okay, let me say Seventh day Sabbath, because I'm not going to try to ever say Saturday again. We're not supposed to name or, you know, give any credit to the any false gods. Well, Saturnalia is Saturn. Jupiter, you know, Thor's day. You know, they're all the names of the days of the week and whatnot are names of false gods that we're not supposed to name. How many supposedly believers, go to see all the movies, Marvel Comics movies about Thor and all the, you know, false gods? They're all conceived by an intermarriage of a god and a human. Wonder Woman. My father was Zeus. You know, Hercules. On and on and on. Aeneid. They're all fathered by, you know, gods of the pantheon. And these people go to these movies and they worship them. Oh, I love Thor, you know. I hate to say it, but, you know, Adventures in Babysitting. The little girl Thor was her hero. Thor was her god. She worshipped Thor. And people take that up. All right, so conference call because, okay, first, everybody's, what are you doing tomorrow? Tomorrow, Sabbath. A lot of people are just sitting around, you know, just taking it easy because they don't have anybody to fellowship with. Well, let's fellowship. So we'll try to get that going. I had hoped to get it going like two weekends ago, and I wasn't able to do it that. And I don't know what happened last weekend. It just like exploded on me. Don't even ask me because I'm not going to remember. I'm not even going to try to remember. But if I can get it done tomorrow, I'll send out, I'll do a video and say, hey, I got it. Here's a number. So the other thing is for the OzArk Plateau Remnant Relocation Association headquarters. You know, OPRRAH. H being headquarters, but you know, HQ, whatever. OPRAC. But whatever that ends up being called, you know, so we can use that as a way to discuss properties. There's a bunch of neat properties out there. Getting together. I just saw Instant Acres. You know, now they're doing drones footage. Here's a beautiful place. You know, 200 down, 300 a month, whatever. 300 down, 500 a month. We could be doing. If anybody has we got some kind of investment here. 5 people, 1,000, 100,000 apiece. We could be doing a lot, because of the fact that, Instant Acres, Homestead Crossings, and OzArk Land are making money hand over fracking fist. I'm telling you. They are raping and pillaging right now. And I hate to see people being taken to the cleaners, basically, because they've invested money in something that they may never be able to develop because it doesn't have a well, doesn't have a building, doesn't have any fencing, doesn't have any bulldozing work, there's no road, etc., etc., etc. It's going to be hard to make them happen. So this is Jerry Diamond with How to Get Out of Babylon. If you're listening to this, you are the remnant.